President Museveni calls upon voters to respect the party flag bearers. And his General Muntu appeals to the people of Karamoja to elect leaders of good character. Uganda Broadcasting Corporation inspects major broadcast substations in Eastern Region. While 40 young golfers participate in the Meta Golf Club course. We thank you so much for tuning in once again. In our first story this evening, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has campaigned in the Namutumba district and appreciated the area's contribution towards the stabilization of Uganda. Accompanied by First Lady Janet Museveni, President Museveni addressed Namutumba residents and called upon voters to respect the NRM party flag bearers, and if there is any petition against them, it must be supported with evidence. We have details to the story.
There was early morning celebrations in Namutumba Town Council as the district prepared to receive the NRM presidential candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in the area. Similar excitement will come to party supporters at Namutumba district headquarters grounds, still in Namutumba district. By 10 a.m. of Monday, 17th November 2025, the first National Vice Chairperson Haji Moses Chigongo, the first Deputy Prime Minister Rebecca Kadaga, Vice Chairperson for Eastern Uganda Calvin Echodo, and NRM Secretary General Richard Odong were already at the venue waiting for the President's arrival. After long hours of waiting, the old man with the heart who was rejoined by the First Lady Janet Kataha Museveni arrived in Namutumba. This is the 65th campaign rally for President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
That this district needs healing. There is a lot of tension. There are so many camps. I request that the first National Vice Chairman of the party would find time and come back and meet our people in the district.
The Namutumba rally was equally attended by dignitaries Rukia Isanga Nakadama, the third Deputy Prime Minister, Ministers Mile Babalanda, Persis Namuganza, Justin Kasule Lumumba, and Weno Chakulaga.
The numbers here show that the people of Busoga love and respect you and appreciate what you have done for Busoga and for this region.
So bana imwabasiki nabakono musabye bintu bingi ino aye musabye node kyogwe musabye mwino ku amani abyambe memala sobola kubibakolera
ebizibu ebiri wano sabo kyamani kusaba ntinja kukomawo wanonze malirize obutategeeragana obuli mu eri eno obwavwa mu kalulu ketuvuddemu.
Alhaji Moses Chigongo thereafter invited the President, who was accompanied by the First Lady, to make the public address.
We come together to thank God first and foremost for using this President and the NRM government to bring the peace and unity of the whole country and maintain it these many years.
As the Minister for Education and Sports, First Lady reassured the region that government is in advanced stages of reviving Busoga University.
I just wanted to remind you that Busoga University has been operationalized here in Busoga.
In his address, President Museveni saluted the region's contributions towards the stabilization of Uganda.
And when I am in Busoga, I'm in an area where part of the areas we fought in. I was here in Busoga in 1973-72, and we were working with our people and their families are here.
The head of state reiterates that no one can interfere with the current peace in the country.
Them are not jokers, and I pity people who think they can play around with Uganda. When I watch the way they talk.
However, the local political rifts between sons and daughters of Namutumba district attracted the party chairman's attention.
Don't fight, bring the facts. Before High Chigongo, he will come back. Kubanga okugenda n'okyusa ebivude mu kulonda n'obikyusa ogwo musango gwanagomora olwekyo temukayana temulwana muleete obujulizi waliwo flag bearers bebarangirira oba bayiba oba bakola ki naye bebarangirira musooke muleete obujulizi
Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Yes, UBC News tonight. Now, candidate Yoweri Museveni finished his campaign trail in Namutumba district. But starting this evening, we'll be taking you to a look at what was in the different districts in 2021, how the different candidates performed in those particular districts where they campaign currently. We go to Namutumba district where the president was as the NRM candidate campaigning starting today, where he concluded in Namutumba. In 2021, the total registered voters were 121,149, which is 100% of the voters in Namutumba district. But the voter turnout, those are the voters that wake up to come and vote. That was on the 14th of January 2021, were 71,427, and that is only 58.9% of the 121,149, the registered voters of that time. Now, the main contenders, as we look at the two candidates that were in the race 2021, and we still have them in the race 2026, we have the NRM with Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and the NUP with Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. The NRM garnered 38,427 votes in 2021, which was 56.1% of the vote. Which vote? The turnout of the 71,427. NRM got for 56% of that vote. Then the NUP with Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, the very man they bring 2026 as well, he managed to garner 27,504 votes, which was 40.1%. So where did the rest of the voters go? 71,427 of 121,149 means almost 40,000 voters did not come out to vote. What went wrong and what could be the explanation for that? Let us continue with the news. In more news this evening, campaigns still continue. President Museveni from Namutumba, he went to Bugweri. He campaigned together with First Lady and presented the party manifesto to the people of Bugweri district. Museveni outlined 7 key contributions made by NRM party to Uganda, as well as future plans for the country's transformation, wealth and job creation, free education in government schools, among other programs that they have in store as the NRM, if given another term in office 2026-2031. Let us have the detail.
Chabazinga ground in Bugweri district, Busoga sub-region, had vibrant and exciting melodies of NRM tunes. Party supporters danced and waited for their NRM presidential candidate, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. By midday, the president arrived and made his way through thousands who welcomed him with cheers. Museveni was accompanied by the First Lady Janet Kataha Museveni, who appreciated the people of Bugweri for their support to the NRM party.
Mwebale kwiza.
Kale mama.
We are here to salute the NRM for the work that it has done for our country, Uganda. So I want to thank you, the people of Bugweri, for knowing that this day is important for us and you came in person.
Mama alikutwala okubeebaza olw'okuyida mu bungi muti nga mumanye ti luno olunaku lwa mugaso ino ye tuli.
You didn't say others will tell me what happened. You came here in person so that you know what the government has done in the past and what it is going to do in the future because you are part of that government.
The First Lady urged the residents to support NRM presidential candidate Yoweri Museveni and the NRM candidates.
On that day of voting, you need to go in person to vote your own vote. Vote for the President Museveni of NRM.
Mulonde President Museveni of NRM.
And the whole lineup of flag bearers of NRM.
The NRM First National Vice Chairperson Alhaji Moses Chigongo led senior party officials to drum support for the NRM candidate President Museveni and all NRM flag bearers.
Ekintu ekituleese wadde era kye mbasaba mubeere wamu mwindayikinge muwe movement obululu.
President Museveni outlined the 7 key contributions made by the NRM party to Uganda and the future plans.
On the side of economic infrastructure, we are talking of the roads, talking of electricity, telephones, water, talking of the railway.
He highlighted the creation of jobs through commercial agriculture and production.
Operation wealth creation was in every area of Uganda. Even here in Busoga it was there. But there are people who don't bother. They don't listen. They are full of themselves. Banyoma abantu abamanyi kyokkola bye bakoba.
Busoga has many wetlands and swamps ideal for fish farming, an initiative the president has already enrolled, headed by UPDF Chief of Operations Major David Muwanga, who has trained residents in Busoga in fish farming.
Twajja wano nga mukama wange president atusindise, oyikiwa president atusindika wano ne Lieutenant Colonel Frank Banana okujja okulaba nga abantu bano tuyogera nabo okuva mu mukyere. Twajja no kubasomesa busomesa okubagamba twagala muve mu mukyere mudde mubiri mu kulunda ebyennyanja.
The beneficiaries of the training have commended President Museveni for the initiative.
Wano we tuli mu kifo we tubadde nga tulima omukyere. Kati bwe twawuliriza programu ya His Excellency nga atukubiriza tuve mu mukyere tulime ebyennyanja. Bye bidiba bino bye mulaba wano ebingi era twebaza muzeeyi.
Tomorrow, on Tuesday, the NRM presidential candidate will campaign in districts of Buyende and Kaliro. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Bugweri.
We thank you so much for watching. Now, Philip Aguta gives us how it was in Bugweri, where the president campaigned as well. We'll also take a fact check of how it transpired, how it went down well in 2021, and how the figures were and the performance of the two, I would say, leading candidates in 2021, because we still have the same candidates in the race 2026. So we go to Bugweri district fact sheet. In 2021 presidential voter turnout, the total registered number of voters was 84,953. That was 100% of the voters, but the voter turnout was 47,064 votes, which was 55.4%. Those are the people that came out to vote of the 84,953. Now, the main contenders, that was NRM with Yoweri Kaguta Museveni as candidate, garnered 17,428 votes, which was 38.7% of the vote. And there, the NUP with Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, Bobi Wine as their candidate, they garnered 25,939 votes, which was 57.6% of the 84,953, I beg your pardon, of the 47,000, which was the voter turnout. So, still even here, almost 40,000 voters did not come out to vote. And the NUP won that area with 57.6%. So, shall we see a bigger voter turnout this time round in Bugweri district and Namutumba? We shall have that fact check every day as we continue covering the electoral process 2026. Moving on with more news, leaders of Namutumba district in Busoga sub-region have promised a high percentage poll for the national resistance movement. Improved health education and upcoming road projects are some of the factors they are citing for this willing support. First Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for East African Community Affairs, Rebecca Kadaga, says that Busoga, including Namutumba district in particular, will vote the NRM.
For Namutumba district, it is either NRM wins or others lose. Nothing more or less than overwhelming victory for President Yoweri Museveni.
In Namutumba, I can reassure you that Museveni will get again the highest votes than he got even the other time. Because Namutumba as a district, we love Museveni. Even when there are things that are still to come into fulfillment, but for us we believe that he's the right person to do them.
Because governments were there, but they left a big baggage that had not been tackled. And it has been tackled during this government.
Some of the gains to be protected are numerous, including...
When you look at the schools, if you look at the health centers, if you look at the roads, you find that everything is okay.
We are here to protect the security, we are here to protect the gains from this excellency as we strive into the new theme of the NRM.
So we can no longer be diverted from Museveni to think about any other person.
To maintain these achievements, it will take political unity as more development initiatives come up.
The nuclear plant is going to require roads, very good roads. So the road from Saka, Paris, Sakali will have to be done. As I speak now, the road from Mwalugogo, Usalamu, Uropa, Udumbura is being done.
We can tell you that as women we have achieved. We are a step ahead in leadership, in emancipation, in prosperity and in progress.
For now, Museveni's support remains unbroken despite some pockets of political disunity.
So we can no longer be diverted from Museveni to think about any other person. Me as one of the leaders here, we have always told our people Museveni is the best choice and they are ready to give him overwhelming support and votes.
And if today you tell me that you don't vote him into power so that we can continue consolidating the gains that NRM has achieved or Uganda has achieved or even the region has achieved, and we start with a new person and yet for him is still very energetic to work, then you will be lying.
The NRM campaign slogan for 2025-2026 remains unchanged. Protecting the gains. Henry Okrut, UBC.
We thank you so much for watching. From the campaigns, let's take a short break.
With Momo, you have the power to pay for shopping more easily using your phone. Dial *165*3# or scan to download Momo app and pay for anything. No hassling for change. And even better, if you run out of money while paying, you can simply add core with Momo Advance. That's Momo. That's the power to be more.
You see, I've been a painter for almost 4 decades, and I have found Global Paints to be very reliable. First, everyone knows we use Global Paint undercoat. Now, for the best results, I continue with Global Paints products. I go for silk vinyl when it comes to the interior. Then Global Matte for the ceiling, and when it comes to weatherproof, I go for Global Weather Coat Emulsion. With that one, the house will never peel. Now, there you have a sparkling, magical-looking house. And then the client is very happy. He recommends me to another person who recommends me to another person who recommended me to come and do the advert.
Global Paint, a reliable product. Ochikoze mwana. Shop is stocked. Customers ready. Now it's time for takeoff. So offer them more. Become a Wendy agent today and offer mobile money top-ups, customer service support, utility payments, water, power, pay TV. You're now. Turn your shop into a Wendy agent hub and commissions on every tap and easy access to loans.
That's right. More foot traffic, more sales, more profit, paid instantly. Register free. Call 0800-217-200 or WhatsApp 0707-993-930.
Wendy Wonawoli.
Kabogozi, where are you coming from?
From NSSF.
NSSF? You traveled all the way from Namaguni to get NSSF services. Lekanawe. NSSF is now everywhere. Come on, I show you.
Yakabande pakabanda. You can register for NSSF. I'll contribute to your Simate life. Now deep down in the Barara. Make NSSF payments. No hala okubekalangala. NSSF sure is not far. But tomorrow kuhika gochido. Enjoy NSSF from where you are.
Access NSSF services right where you live. With over 20,000 quick teller agents across Uganda, now you can conveniently register yourself, make NSSF payments, and contributions to your Smart Life account to Obeda. NSSF, a better life.
Nateranga nyingiro ne banafa ba MTN wanje MTN walalo MTN gambati to get the power to win njagalo ofune lyanyi okuwangula ogenda kuwangula ota ngenda kubanga bobukadde 10 buli wiki wanje ngenda kubanga kwasa obukadde 10 buli wiki ku simu ye nyingini kyabonka muchoka line ya MTN banabeka buli ogenda okusasula ekintu kyonna ogenda okusasula ndakwese momo obulira buli ogenda okusasula ngenda kyosasula kyonna kozesa momo ozo kwanga ngenda kwewola kasente kozesa momo wanje ogenda ku investinga kozesa momo abya MTN we jamani ne kwa bukadde 10 buli wiki wala kastelio bimala bwe pa wentandika ngamba kyekiriwo wanje nenkwata ku masimu ngamba halo walirudawa tenza tirinyi halo walirudawa zende guru halo walirudawa ndi mutukula halo oliwa ndi mwanange ndi wano mu office ntudde nyiga ma computer nenkuta awa namwe kasana benesi okubelanga mwana wote koze bitu no manga epeyinze ebolowinze investinze ngekozesa momo. Remember to dial *165# or use the Momo app to borrow, to pay, to invest, and you could stand a chance to win 10 million weekly.
This is our home, our land, our Uganda. From the rolling hills to the busy streets, from the farmers in the fields to the students in classrooms, we are one people. Elections are a time to choose our leaders, not to fight our brothers and sisters. When violence enters the ballot box, the future of our country is wounded. But when peace leads the way, our nation grows stronger. On election day, choose unity over diversion. respect over hatred, and dialogue over destruction. Love your country, protect your fellow citizens, stand for peace, and say no to electoral violence. This message is brought to you by the Global Election Observation Mission, GEOM, in partnership with the Uganda Electoral Commission. Informed citizens, strong nation.
The Uganda AIDS Commission, under the Office of the President, presents the National HIV and AIDS Symposium 2025, happening from the 26th to the 28th of November 2025 at Mbarara University of Science and Technology, MUST Main Campus at the Pharmacology Grounds. Join researchers, policymakers, health workers, and community leaders as we discuss ending AIDS in Uganda. The guest of honor will be Professor Pauline Byachika-Kibwika, the Vice Chancellor of MUST. Don't miss out on engaging discussions driving progress in the HIV response, innovative sessions, and free HIV testing services. Visit nhas.usc.go.ug for more information. Let's make it happen. #EndAIDS2030UG.
Yes, we thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. Now, Forum for Democratic Change presidential flag bearer Nathan Nandala Mafabi entered the Acholi sub-region and campaigned in Nwoya district. He addressed residents living around Murchison Falls National Park and pledged an electric fence for residents to keep away from the wild animals.
La Toro Trading Center in Gatawoyo Sub-County in Nwoya District is located on the sidelines of Murchison Falls National Park. Here residents decry of wild animal attacks. During his campaign in the area, Nathan Nandala Mafabi, the Forum for Democratic Change presidential flag bearer, assured residents that an electric wire fence will be installed.
You who are staying near the park, the animals are disturbing your crops, there's a problem. In 2004, we approved a loan face off the national parks to show you that they don't like you, they ate the money, and now you're still suffering. This is going to be resolved when you vote Nandala Mafabi in office.
Mafabi further added that his government will compensate all residents who lost their land that government gazetted as game reserves.
We are aware of the property you have lost, and we are the only who come with a plan to compensate it.
While campaigning at Purongo Market, Mafabi emphasized the need to support micro businesses with grants, as he explains.
A market here, which would be a very good market to help our mothers and fathers to make business. You are suffering. I promise you that all small businesses will be given seed capital, put in their businesses, have very better structures of markets so that they move from down and go up without being taxed.
Kole and Apache districts is where the FDC presidential flag bearer will be campaigning on Tuesday. Reporting for ABC TV, Helen Barbara, Jizamba.
Yes, we'll also take a fact check of what transpired in the district where Nandala Mafabi was campaigning in as far as 2021 elections were, who the contenders were and how the votes were distributed there as far as the voters were concerned. Yes, Nwoya district, fact check. We have the 2021 presidential voter turnout. We are taking FDC and the NRM and how they performed in that particular district because the FDC candidate was there in that district today. So the total registered voters were 57,186, and that's the 100% of the voters in that district 2021. The voter turnout, though, was 26,692 voters, I beg your pardon, which was 46%, 46.68% of the 57,186. It is almost only half of the 57,000 that came to vote. Now, from that half, the 26,000, the FDC garnered 809 votes. That is 3.22% of the 26,692 votes. And then the NRM won that district, beat the FDC in that district with 13,910 votes, which is 55.33%. That is in Nwoya presidential elections of 2021. Yes, we thank you so much for watching. At this point, we'll take you to that segment where the Commissioner General of the Uganda Revenue Authority answers questions asked by taxpayers, and here we have it.
Buza Commissioner.
Allow me now to go to the next question, and this question is from a gentleman called Mike Mutiaba, again from Masaka, and Mike has this to ask. Is it true that when traders clear their goods under groupage, this can lead to closure of businesses? Now, this groupage issue is a very hot area of discussion. This is the third question I'm answering in a row about groupage. But I would like to assure you, Mr. Mutiaba, as earlier explained to your colleagues who asked about groupage cargo comes in mainly to facilitate transportation of smaller imports that cannot fill a truck or a container on their own. People consolidate their goods together, they are transported under a consolidating company, and once they arrive in Uganda, they are charged for transportation and other joint costs like insurance. But beyond that, then the cargo is deconsolidated and every individual taxpayer should pay their own taxes. So how can you close by paying your own tax? Remember, tax is the only thing that makes the playing ground leveled. If I pay tax on what I've imported and you pay tax on what you have imported, I cannot close because I have paid tax. Everyone will get the cost of what they bought, add tax, and then calculate the rate at which to sell their goods. So you cannot close because of paying directly. What is likely to happen, or businesses that have closed, are those that have been cheated by those who pay taxes on their behalf, because we have known that many times they pay so little and charge so much. We have also known that many times they abandon these goods either at the port or here in our bonds, and then they make the traders close because they have no stock. As long as we insist on paying our own taxes through what we call individual house bill, we will not close our businesses. Instead, we will save them by getting our goods delivered on time, because the bottlenecks that have not been transparent have been dealt with by streamlining the importation process. And again, as I've already mentioned, the benefit of tax credit, either through VAT at importation or through withholding tax paid at importation, later when you're filing your returns for VAT or your returns for income tax, once that credit goes to your tin, you will have the benefit of which you would not have if you continued clearing under groupage or container leaders.
Buza Commissioner. Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them.
And at this point, we close it here as Newsroom, handing you over to a team with Front Bench, where they're going to give us a discussion on some on different government programs, as they always do every Monday. My name is Michael Kijjanangoma with Elizabeth Nakakoni and the whole team. We hand you over to Jethro.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I do have senior officials from the Ministry of Local Government. Now, the Ministry of Local Government is highly responsible for guiding and supervising local governments to ensure effective service delivery, but also support socio-economic transformation throughout the country through decentralization. But the question is, can really local government drive real development in Uganda? Now, that is the question the senior officials will be answering tonight on the front bench. Now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you my guests. I do have the Permanent Secretary from the Ministry of Local Government, Honorable Ben Kumumanya. Good to have you on the show, PS. PS, please say hello to the viewer.
Good evening, viewers. I am Ben Kumumanya, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Local Government, and I'm happy to be here to share with you a number of issues on the front bench.
Thank you so much, PS. I also do have the pleasure to host the National Coordinator for the Parish Development Model, Honorable Dennis Sozi Galabzi. Good to have you on the show, Honorable.
Yes, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone out there watching us. Have a pleasant viewing and watching and listening.
Thank you so much. Now, ladies, what you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is to keep your questions really coming in using that hashtag UBC Front Bench. I did mention earlier in my introduction that the Ministry of Local Government is highly responsible to guide and supervise local government for effective service delivery. Have they done this? We shall be understanding this from the two gentlemen. I am Jethro Kasaiji. Let's get started.
Oh, Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future in thy